Sorry if I sound a bit too tired during this one, guys. This game is just a little bit too cozy. Welcome back to another rambling review, and today we are talking about The Sorting Bureau. This is a cozy game where you are basically in charge of a small workshop where you organize stuff for people. They bring you a box full of clutter, generally coins, sweets, stamps. There's a bunch of different stuff. You tend to see the same sort of categories for the most part, but they are, there's a variety amount of stuff. This is a game made by Apple Sinker Games. I probably mispronounced the name, but hopefully that's right. It's made by two people. I have forgotten their names, my apologies, but I believe that it is a husband and a wife. And this is, like I said, a very cozy game all about sorting. I'm going to go through a day and just kind of talk about what I like and what I don't like about this game. The first thing to keep in mind here is that if you're not the type of person to kind of be able to make their own satisfaction or fun in games, you might struggle to kind of get along with this game, because this is a game that doesn't really have too much of a goal outside of sorting, and you kind of have to find your own satisfaction in it. I'm about an hour and a half into the game, and I'll get more into why I've chosen a specific day to show off, but this is sort of like your home screen. You get a cat. Very nice cat. You can stroke the cat, and it does do a little purr. I'm not sure if that was easily picked up. It was quite a quiet one, but it's fine. And you usually get a letter to start your day off. So this is talking about you get a letter from Sayoka. I probably butchered that name as well. So this one just says, your choice. I'm no longer keeping an eye on your desk, but now choose your drink yourself each morning. So about an hour and a half into the game, you start getting a choice of drink. These have a different effect based on what you pick. I can't remember all the options, but I picked the one that made it so there was only 3 requests a day. I wanted a very chilled day. And like it says, what you pour shapes the day's mood and what orders come to you. Choose what feels right. So that's good. There was a camera here. Unfortunately, I kind of took the picture already, but basically you can take a picture of every day after every order, and you can also take a picture of some of your orders as well. I did find a glitch where I could make this sideways. It's not supposed to do that. It's very unsatisfying, but I thought it was kind of funny. But we're just going to go through an order. Let's save this one for later. We'll go through this one and talk about the leaves and the stamps. So as you can probably expect from this type of game, this one's all beat up. That's a shame. That's the first time I've seen that. There was some levels where you had to put some together, but this one seems to be mostly they're just kind of beat up. So yeah, you get, it's quite simple. You have boxes, they have labels on them, and you drag them over. Very simple. Sneakily showed off there, you can actually pile stuff up. So instead of just dragging over here, you can create a pile over here. You can also just constantly click on a pile and collect a bunch together, which is kind of my preferred way to do it, because I do get some pain in my wrist after sessions of gaming, especially ones with a bit more precision placement like this one. So doing a bunch of forwards and backs, my wrist is going to be hurting in 2 boxes, But this is basically the fundamentals of the game, right? You're just dragging things over into a box. I just pulled something out by mistake. It's a great start. But no, you're basically just dragging things into a box. And like, this is what I was talking about with the whole making your own satisfaction, right? This is aiming for people who are really into cozy games, into ASMR, that sort of thing. I definitely did not drag that into the wrong box. And you do get some different types of levels. There's 2 types of levels. You get these ones, which are basically just organized into a box. You could, for example, if you really want to go the extra length, is collect all of a certain color up and then put that in, and you get a less of a messy box. But obviously it does get covered up and then put away, so you don't really see too much of it. But I mean, it's very, very simple in nature as well. You do get this little thing, and you can also watch a replay of all the stuff going away. Obviously, this is just kind of tracking what you picked up and then put away. It's not actually tracking all your movements. So if I did like a little circle around, that wouldn't be that wouldn't be picked up, but I mean, it's fine that way. Each box does have like a little story to it. The characters themselves also have a story. You do get quite a few boxes from the same character. So there's a character called Genji, who seems to be some sort of mechanic who works a lot on machinery and that sort of thing, because they tend to bring in boxes of like screws and gears and stuff like that. So you kind of get a story of every person through the boxes they give you and the little stories they tell you. You know, you can, it's one of those games where you're kind of interpreting what a person is like through their junk in a way. I can show off the camera now. So basically, you know, you got the outside. I want a picture of this train, so we're going to take a picture of that train, and then you just get a picture of that moment. It's very it's just a nice little touch to have. You know, you can have you know, you did a box and then you have a sort of picture that kind of relates to that box, you know. And obviously goes about the measure, the temperature, what time of day it was, that sort of thing. The letter stays the same, by the way. It's not like a separate letter. It just stays on your desk for the full day. This is a... Is this a photography one? No, okay. So the second type of sort of... What do you call it? Mode would be the photography ones. So basically it's organizing stuff onto basically a sheet of paper. And at the end of the day, they take a photo of it, and you get to keep that photo as well. And that's I think I prefer those ones personally. There was one that didn't have as much freedom as I would have liked, and the amount of freedom you get in these levels are variant, right? Like there are some levels where you get a ton of freedom with very little restrictions. With these photography ones, you can basically place things vaguely where you want. It has the general shape, so like, you know, you'll see like the shape of the coins, but for the most part you can put any coin there, that sort of thing. There was a level where they needed to be color coordinated, which had a bit less freedom, but for the most part there's a decent amount of freedom. With these boxes level, I have been playing, like I said, for about an hour and a half, and I haven't had any freedom at all in terms of organizing. But I will say the last box that I purposely left for saving is a box that you can just do whatever you want with. You can organize in any fashion. We'll go over that in a second. And I really feel like that part of the game, being an hour and a half in, is kind of a bit later than you would have wanted, because the game kind of advertises itself about its freedom, right? Freedom of organizing how you choose, and that's kind of what gained my interest, right? And the fact that it's an hour and a half in, and I don't know how far that is into the game. Like I could be over halfway through the game, and not. It might be just 2 more levels and then done basically, but. I imagine there's quite a few levels, because I do have quite a few achievements, but at the same time, there's not an achievement that says you've completed all orders. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some form of like procedurally generated levels at the end. But they don't advertise that at all. So hopefully there's quite a few levels, but you know, it's very hard to say on how much more is left. By the way, if you were reading that last message, Mochi is the cat. Not this cat, Hannah's cat, but still. Maybe I should got a picture of a train there. But we'll go over this, and this is the type of levels that probably people are going to be really interested in, because it's, as I said here, no rules. Organize how you want. So I could take the obvious and, you know, organize by stamps. I could do that if I wanted to, or I could organize by shape. So, you know, oh, we're going for round shapes. You can literally just chuck anything. I could chuck them all in the same box and just not give a damn if I really wanted to. I'm wondering if we could do it by, like, color. I guess it's, oh, no, don't want that one in there. No, it doesn't seem to automatically recognize color. Oh, there we go, orange. Is that really not orange? I guess it's more of a brown. So yeah, I could do it by color if I wanted to. It might count as silver, right? Like... Maybe it counts as a red? No. It might just count as silver. I mean, personally, I'd probably want to do it by... I mean, probably by, maybe shape. But that's where the freedom is, right? Like, you can do it however you want, right? You may disagree with my method, but I'm going to go by shape. Which is mostly just going to be the coins plus the buttons. I'm wondering if this is going to count as square. No, let's go for blue. I'll go for rectangular there. That's unfortunate. because I did want to do my shape, but it seems like there's only really two types of shapes, round and miscellaneous, which isn't great. I wonder if this would count as silver. Nope, this counts as round as well. I suppose it doesn't count as like a mechanical, but I mean, I guess there's only mechanisms. There you go. See, there's mechanisms. We can do mechanism, stamps, and round. Why not? Why not? Does this count as mechanism? Metallic. You know what? I can work with that. I can work with that. I could technically could put coins in there as well if I really wanted to. I'm not going to do that. Unfortunately, just kind of leave these out of the picture. But I mean, I was going for like square shaped, so probably just put them in there. And even if the game says miscellaneous, you can move the boxes, by the way, if you really want to. I can say in my head that, oh yeah, this is miscellaneous. Not miscellaneous. This is square. That's also round, metallic. There we go. Oh, another one. I can lie to myself for a bit. And obviously, you know, some of you are going to find that unsatisfying, but if I would like the option to maybe like rename and give it your own name. They might worry about people giving it inappropriate names, but at the same time, one, I don't think those type of players are going to be really interested in these types of games, and two, it's a single player game. If I want to name my box Ballsack, why not? You know? And this is the coffee thing I'll talk about, so, you know, you can get 3 orders. I will say there is an autosave in this game, but it seems to autosave at the start of every day. So if you pick the green tea, you're going to be stuck with that order, and also the fact that if you don't do the 3 orders when you next load up the game, you're going to be back to not doing any of these orders. So that sort of thing. Here's coffee. That just says that things will come in pieces, which I'm going to assume is going to be the sort of repair mechanic I was talking about. And this day starts at even and things will set onto the grid. Not really sure what that's about. It says today clear, and maybe that affects the weather. We're going to go to the coffee here so I can show off that repair mechanic. There we go. Pet the cat. If you don't pet the cat every day, what's wrong with you? Drink the coffee. I mean, you can just press it. You don't actually drink it. Unfortunately, you can open the window as well. And if you open the window, the ambience does turn up. Actually, while I'm on the subject of that, we'll go to the settings real quick. There is little here. Like, there's a large text pile, and then it's spread out the pile automatically. The game does warn you that the pile spreads out on its own as soon as it, you know, hits your desk. But the story that's kind of told in that pile of mess is lost on you. There is different languages, obviously German. Not really sure what that one is, actually, to be honest. And then Portuguese, Chinese. Wait, hold on. Which one's Chinese and which one's Japanese? I'm looking for something like hiragana or katakana, but I'm seeing neither of them. Is one just like traditional Chinese and one more modern Chinese? I'm not sure. Anyway, I assume Russian, Turkish. Oh, wait, Polish? I don't know language. No, that's Polish, is it? I don't know my languages. I'm just about myself. That's Korean. I know Korean. That's Japanese. I recognize the 2 letters here. And here's the, that's katakana. There's some hiragana. I know a little bit of Japanese, Italian, France. Yeah, I should have just gone this way. It would have been way easier. But you've got a bunch of different languages as well. There's no like voice acting or anything, so no need to worry about audio language or anything. I'll turn on the large text and see what that looks like. And you got full screen and vertical sync and resolution. Not really any too major issues, but this is not really like a demanding game. I'm pretty sure my computer's probably like 1% more taxed from this game. And then obviously you got sound. You got 2 different sound profiles. You got standard, and then you got ambient, which focuses more on the ambient sounds, and then obviously a button to mute all. And you can also mute all by just doing that as well. So 2 different ways to mute all if really necessary. But there is no background music. I will mention that. So this might be a game that a lot of people will open up their own music playlist on the side, maybe have something cozy playing in the background. But the ambience itself is perfectly functional to me. I don't mind just having that. And I have the window open so we have a bit more louder ambience. So, oh, we got shells. I haven't seen these before. So shells, pebbles, and a big ass. My wife and I went to the sea once long ago, laying nicely, however it feels right. Like that sea sand shit on my shelf. Where is the broken stuff? That's a big ass text. You're not wrong. I might have to turn that down. It's a bit too big for me. I'm not that blind. Good day. Postage stamp is for sorting. I'm looking for the repairing one. Just so I can show off the mechanic. Usually the broken stuff is stamped, so let me check the stamp ones. These don't look broken, they just look damaged. Let me try the other one. Oh, I'll show off the Oh, not that one. Damn it. This went back. To spin up your pile, just kind of randomly mixes things around. You can do it as many times as you want. I don't think there's a key to do that or anything. I pressed a bunch of buttons on my keyboard and nothing's happened. So a key to just do that would be nice to have. You know, maybe R or something. Actually, never mind. I'm a liar. There is a broken leaf here. I forgot the leaves could be broken. So yeah, you can just repair like that. That's sort of how the repair system works. It's very simple, very functional, and it's pretty good. It adds a bit more depth to the game that some people might like. Unfortunately, I do get 0 freedom on the boxes here again. I feel like more levels with this freedom might be a good idea, but at the same time, like I said, they're trying to tell also a story. So when it comes to the seashells, they're trying to tell a story about the time that they went to the beach, that sort of thing. So, you know, if you're looking for a game that's giving you complete freedom, it might not be your cup of tea, but similar games in the genre have done the same thing, right? Like, the game that comes to my head and might come to your head as well is A Little to the Left. It's a game that basically challenges you to find all the different ways to organize like boxes, utensils, that sort of thing. And you usually get... It has like a star system based on it. So this game abandons that sort of star system to kind of just have you find the story yourself. There's not really any wrong way to do anything, but at the same time you're also guided towards a certain way as well. I did say I was only going to do one day, but I ended up doing another day, and it's a really relaxing game. I could definitely find myself definitely playing this more when I'm just in the mood to relax, right? Like some days you just... Sometimes those competitive games just aren't working out in your favor, and instead of, you know, forcing yourself to try and play through that rough game and probably give yourself a miserable experience, it might be a better idea just to play a game like this. That's not right, is it? Never mind, I'm terrible at this game. To play a game like this and just relax. I can definitely see a lot of people would love to play this like right before going to bed, because don't know about you, I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling tired, and that is not a slight against the game. If anything, that is a compliment. I'm trying to find out where all these go. Am I blind, or was there not enough to match? I might be... Oh, that did match up. Does this not match up? No. I think it's trying to put it in a box. Yeah, it was. No, I'm just blind. Don't mind me. This is why I have glasses, and I still struggle to see. So yeah, we're just matching them all up. I did not want that as well, but thank you. And then maybe I'll do that whole thing I was talking about with the whole matching the colors. So put all these together, and then put this on top, and then no, separate. Oh, hold on, can I take it out of the pile afterwards? Yes, I can. There we go. Yeah, once you accidentally create a pile, you can't undo that. So do keep that in mind when you do the whole pile system. It definitely wouldn't be amiss to have a way to do that, but maybe I just missed that, you know? There was a good possibility, I just... Oh, I did it again. That's so depressing. To sort of separate things, but I imagine they weren't really intended, and... Oh, I missed this one over here. We'll just put it underneath and pretend we didn't see it. They didn't really intend for people to be this specific about the ordering, but it looks very nice. And that's, you know, go back to the whole sorting it out and making your own type of fun, right? I did skip over the story there. I think you can just take another picture. And that's basically the gist of it all, right? Like, you're just sorting your way through boxes with an ambient noise in the background. And it's pretty simple, and we've got some more broken stuff here as well. But this is definitely... It's one of those games that are definitely appealing to a certain type of person, you know? Like, one of those people who, instead of like... You know those people in Minecraft who have never seen the Ender Dragon, have no idea what the end is, no idea even what the Nether is, and they have like 1,000 hours in the game, and you've been wondering what the hell they've been doing the entire time? This is for them, basically. It's that type of player that can just create their own type of fun and not really worry too much about what the game wants them to do, or what they should be doing, or what the end goal even is. The end goal for them is the journey, and maybe that's the better way to put it. This is more for the person who cares about the journey than the destination, and I could definitely vibe with that. I'm definitely a type of person who does like fighting the Ender Dragon to go back to the analogy, but it's definitely a good time. I am feeling tired from this game because it does get you a bit it does get you very relaxed, especially when you're listening to the background, right? There's nothing major going on. There's no hard fight going on. You're just kind of relaxing, and that's okay. Because I've repaired all these crackers, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention during all of that. And once again, that's not an insult to the game. That's not like a detriment to the game. It's, if anything, it's a compliment because it's doing exactly what it should be doing. It's relaxing me and just kind of getting you into sort of a zen sort of state. The flow state, as some people call it. I want a picture of that train, thank you. I like trains, what can I say? But it's a good time, and then... Yeah, I mean, I could do another box and talk more about it, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be more of the same, right? Like, if you enjoy playing a game that's just gets you into, like I said, a flow state, and you just chill, gets you ready for bed, and you just end up finding yourself doing like 5 boxes, and you're like, where did the time go? It's like an hour later, you've done 5 boxes, and you're like, where did the time go? And then you're ready to go off to bed, because it's just that type of game, right? So if you're definitely into these cozy sorting games, you're the type of person to focus on having a farm in Minecraft instead of anything to do with fighting. Maybe you're the type of player to play on peaceful. You like these like cozy building games, like what was it called? I forgot the names, but you know the exactly type of games feeling about. If you liked unpacking as well, this is kind of like, now I think about it, reverse unpacking, isn't it? But yeah, if you like these like cozy games that basically don't really demand much from you, but you can, like I said, create that sort of like end goal. This will definitely be something that works quite well for you. But yeah, so basically, if you're that type of player, it's recommended for you. But yeah, if you're not into cozy games, I'm pretty sure you probably would have clicked on the video anyway. So, but if you did for some reason click on the video and you aren't into cozy games, this obviously isn't going to be for you. But it's outside of that, it's definitely a recommended cozy experience. And just a really good time. I'm not really sure how much this is going to cost. A lot of games don't tend to list their price beforehand. I imagine this is probably not going to go for too much, maybe like 10 quid at maximum, and probably like a launch sale. So unless it's like trying to be like 30 to 40 quid, this is probably going to be a reasonably priced game as well. So yeah, definitely recommend to pick up. You probably get at least quite a few hours of gameplay out of it, and I'm pretty sure that's everything. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Much love.